Okay, YouTube, this is part of why we do these live. I'm going to go over and show you something. That way I can cut some highlights out of this. So I'm over here and threading some pipe. We'll give a little recap here. So I've got my, flip the camera here. I've got my makeshift pipe stand. I don't have a $3 or $4 pipe stand. Okay, so I took a runner here and I put my pipe down in the runner and I got a couple of ratchet straps. I brought that up to height, or roughly the same height over here as I have this vise. I've got a vise on a stand, screw vise, and this end's already done. This one over here, I'd put a belt around this. It gives it a little more friction, a little more grab than this. And so over here on this end, then we've got our pipe threader out. This is our manual pipe threader, and we've been using a wrench there locked in here to help keep this from twisting. Okay, so you can see on here very carefully, I've cleaned this off, and I want to show you the end here. You can see right in here, this little bit of the thread. It's just a little, it's kind of broken off or knocked off. I don't know if that's from using the wire brush on or not, but this is why you use pipe thread sealing compound or pipe dope, or you use Teflon tape, and in this case we're using the yellow, I think it's PTFE, don't quote me on that, the letters might be different, but it's that Teflon, the yellow Teflon tape that's rated for gas lines so it won't deteriorate, and that's why you put it on there, just to seal things like this where it's off just a little bit. I can get my turns on there, but I really don't want just a little bit. That's what that's for, just to make sure. So that's why we cut highlights out of these. So these are fours, so I can get them. This is for the 10-foot run we're going to put in over here. We've got a drop coming from the house here. We've got a 21-foot run, goes over the bathroom and the stove, and we're going to drop down here with this pipe. We need to thread it next, and then we've got a 10-foot trench. We're going to go over here and finish bringing this out to our tank here, our propane tank. And we've got to get a regulator for that. Excuse me there. And we've got our riser cut here, and we threaded that earlier. So we're going to go ahead and grab a highlight out of this. And as we work on our gas line here, this end's already threaded. And I just want to go over a little bit here on why you use that PTFE and what we're doing. I do not believe it was the wire brush I'm using. This is a brass brush, so it should not have torn that. Although if a piece of metal had gotten caught in there, it might have. I really just think that has something to do with the pipe threader or maybe a weak spot in the metal right there. So I got to grab that highlight. This is why just little spots like this, I don't know if you can see this very well, where that thread is just a little shallower. It's not quite as deep as the rest here. The threads are, but the threads that rise up, right? The thread channels are deep, but this thread that's sticking up out of here, this riser that's coming up the edge, is a little rubbed off there, and that's what that Teflon tape is